The next president is going to come in with a host of major issues confronting it, the administration, whether we're talking about Iraq and how to resolve that or extricate ourselves from that, whether we're talking about what we do with Iran and the Palestinian question domestically, we're dealing with immigration and Social Security. There's going to be huge issues that any president is going to have to deal with. And I think just being very realistic, the issue of reforming foreign assistance is probably going to be down the ladder a ways. Now, we hope that with the work of good groups like this and the Commission and other work that is being done, including some that we're working on at the German Marshall Fund, that we can raise the profile of this and do more. But there is going to be a real problem, and one of it is the inherent conflict that exists with Congress. It's not an accident that you haven't had a real revision of the revisiting of the Foreign Assistance Act since the 1980s. It's no accident that that hasn't happened. There's been these interests that have had a reason to each try and protect their particular interests that were involved and have kind of prevented that from occurring. And so when you get up to Capitol Hill, you get to Congress, you do have all of the conflicting and the overlapping jurisdictions. When I give a talk to groups outside of Congress and start to explain the difference between authorizations and appropriations, they just lose it. They just can't quite follow all of this kind of thing. And I'm not sure in Congress we follow it very well and understand the real differences that exist there. So you have authorizing committees, you have appropriations committees, and you have overlapping jurisdictions. There's arguments in the committees as to why they want to, of course, keep their jurisdiction where it is. Keeping their jurisdiction where it is means continuing the fragmentation that we have, that this report tries to address and to talk about it. So it's not going to be easy to overcome it. It's going to require a president who's really willing to invest some political capital in it. That's a big question mark. Will that happen? It's going to require a couple at least, 2 or 3 key leaders in Congress who are willing to invest their political capital in bringing about these kinds of changes. And then it's going to require the support, people like you in this room and other organizations putting their shoulder to the wheel to make sure that it happens and that we get some of these reforms. None of this is going to be easy.